Hello, everybody, and welcome. I got that stuff all over my screen. Let me try that again. There we go. Hello, welcome to Star Trek Online. I am the GM Tim, and it looks like my crew here. Hello, crew.
Hello.
Oh no, I'm broken already. So I've broken
Uh-oh.
something, and I can't hear any of my crew on the screen. So
Oh no.
now we get to figure out why.
Now it's time
This
to talk about
technology is
Tim while he
amazing.
can't hear us.
His hair looks very nice today.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do like the blue streaks in his hair.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's like crisp and cool.
Yeah. I also like the
No, I
contact.
actually
It's very
can't. I've
cool.
broken the crew.
Who doesn't want a little
One
bit of
second, crew,
heterochromia?
while I blush and then try and sort out why I cannot hear you. It's not a Tim stream unless I break something. So this is good. This is great. Fantastic.
Dancing will help.
Can you try and are you guys talking at all or are you just dancing? No, fantastic. I can't hear anything and it's just so wonderful. I can see you all and you look brilliant.
On our own.
I don't know.
I'm not sure who
And it
can.
says now we can't hear them, so we're just dancing.
Aw.
But at least we're all dancing to the
Oh,
same
now
beat,
you can hear
right?
them.
Yeah.
Excellent. But I still can't hear anyone. There we go. Okay. Who's
This is
playing
amazing.
music?
Oh, sorry. That was me. I'm sorry. I can't. Sometimes I just need a little. I'll just.
So that's going to hit all the copyright laws, but whatever. No big deal.
I don't think
It was cut out.
Oh my goodness.
I am the.
Yeah. Okay, so now that we're back, because, I'm the prettiest. Welcome to Star Trek Lost Voyages. I'm the GM Tim. I am your dungeon master and tech expert. And tonight we're doing episode 11 of our Star Trek Lost Voyages season with the crew of the USS Ranganathan, the most amazing crew. Whence last we saw the crew, we had left you en route to Vulcan. And you had discovered that there is an issue, if you will, with the virogen that's hitting planets all across the Federation, you've come upon the theory that it is in fact intentional. And when you proposed a possible cure, pirates had attacked, and then you realized that the pirates not only attacked, but they had taken out all the communication systems, so you couldn't actually communicate further with the outside the planetary system you were in, and that one of the pilots at least was Vulcan, which is highly irregular. So that's what spurred your trip to Vulcan, and you know what? You were jamming on the bridge as the camera kind of came zooming in. Oh god, that is totally Io's bridge command song in the middle of the night, isn't it? It's the thing that Sybil would totally be an 80s rocker. It's ancient music.
Yeah, I think she's in her quarters listening to that before she starts her shift, looking at herself in the mirror going, you can do this. You can lead. This is my affirmation time. But if anyone mentions an affirmation to her, she's like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, why would you do something like that? Why don't you just do your job? Okay. yeah. So, what is the plan? So you actually had decided to just go to Vulcan. That wasn't actually me saying go to Vulcan. So what is the plan once we arrive at Vulcan? What do you want to do? What is the goal for your...
Ponfar. Oh, yeah.
I knew that was going to come up. If any of my other
come
crew
here
are...
once every 7 years to party.
One of my crew...
Lieutenant, stay focused.
Oh, sorry.
Just gonna gate crash a stranger's Ponfar. I'm sure it's fine.
So disturbing on so many levels.
Ensign Dennison can just feel Yogurt's excitement, and so he's just on board. So pure. The excitement is just so pure.
I'd like to address our captain. After Sybil did, she wants to step up, and Captain, I really think that this is the type of mission that calls for cloak and dagger. Do you agree?
Costumes? What?
I have costumes, Captain, if we need to borrow any.
Oh, yes. Please explain a little bit more. What kind of costume?
Well,
I hear there's a party. Is this involved with the Ponfar, or we do have a mission to do first?
Well, you see, Captain, a cloak and dagger is actually an ancient Earth expression, meaning that maybe we should go fly under the radar. Are you familiar with this expression?
All these 20th century Earth references, it's a little over my head. We never really instituted what our 20th century Earth thing was. This could be it, I suppose. Yes, okay. Cloak and dagger, under the radar. Sounds great. I assume that you have a plan, Lieutenant Commander?
Commander.
I think my main point is that we need to be sneaky.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm concerned that that whoever is at play here has spent a lot of effort in knocking out the radio communications, and so obviously they didn't want the word getting out. And now we're in a position where we may be arriving at the doorstep of a potential enemy. Do we want to go ahead and ring the proverbial doorbell, which is also a 20th century Earth custom? Or do we want to try to find a sneakier way in?
Sneaky. I see. Okay. Yes, it does seem as if we are in we're not really going through the official channels here, seeing as we are a little bit suspicious of where our orders are coming from. So yeah, absolutely. Can we wear costumes? Do you think that would help morale if we just, boop a few out?
Captain, I will leave that to your discretion. I suppose that some sort of disguise may in fact be appropriate.
We all disguise ourselves as Vulcans, but we are on a Federation ship, so it makes sense that, maybe 1 or 2 Vulcans would be here, not an entire ship of Vulcans. Plus, then we would maybe know what's going on. Is it a possibility, maybe, that the Vulcans who were on the planet maybe had not anything to do with the official government? Is that a possibility? Because, there could be people acting of their own machinations or things like this, because having a bioengineered virus would be very, very profitable. So, no, Vulcans don't seem like the type for profit. Just saying, this could be something, if it gone to the wrong hands, would be a pretty big problem.
Is Yogurt literally challenging all of her Starfleet values right now? Because you're the first female Ferengi in the Federation, or in Starfleet, and yet you've already established that you you did pretty well for Ferengi as well. You left possible profit to join Starfleet, which doesn't make you
I'm
profit.
not about profit, but I understand that others, it motivates many others do many shady things.
You're just good at it. You're just good at it, but walked away, kind of thing.
I was instructed in a lot of human values growing up. I'm very interested in Earth capitalism in the 21st century when it went rampant and destroyed everything. So I just don't want to see that happening to Ferenginar. I hope that it continues to evolve away from the disastrous capitalism of Earth. But anywho, yes, I'm just saying, I'm just putting that point across that, something like this could be very, very profitable for somebody.
Yeah, good.
That's just what my lobes are telling me.
Yeah, that's great intuition there. Lieutenant Yoga. Do we know anything about Vulcan culture and who might be unhappy and who might stand to profit? Do Vulcans value profit?
So, Vulcans are incredibly logical. They base their entire, almost their entire planetary's culture is based on logic. And they are a founding member of the Federation. They're one of 4 races, human, Vulcan, Tellarite, and Dorian, that founded the Federation that you guys work for currently. So the idea that one of them could be doing something to damage the Federation is pretty unusual. The Federation is...
There are rogue factions within Vulcan who do sometimes not follow logic.
And who will use logic in a way like logic can be used in some pretty weird ways when you take it to an extreme. And so just because the Federation's been around 150 years, some Vulcans live over almost to 200. So there could be Vulcans alive now that were around at the start as well.
So Ensign Dennison here. What if we focus on finding information on the planet once we get to the planet? I'd like to suggest that maybe we could say that we're visiting Vulcan because they were one of the founding members of the Coalition of Planets, and maybe we would like to look at their original terraforming plans as as a research mission, perhaps, and then we just kind of slide into getting our own information once we're there.
So, I like it.
That actually could work because communications you're starting to learn as you've been flying to Vulcan are pretty shot. It looks like there's a planet, some of the systems for subspace have been knocked out. There are star bases that aren't reporting. The damage being done to the infrastructure of the Federation because of this virogen. Now that you're kind of away from that system and starting to kind of see the problems is pretty widespread. So there is full star bases that are no longer responding, and so communications are slow. So you could play it well enough that you could kind of get in under the wire before anyone has time to check or before any information is received back about where your ship should be.
We're on a research mission.
Okay, I like it. My idea was to costume and disguise the ship. That's not a possibility, is it, Ensign Yoga? We do any...
to make this look like anything other than a Federation ship, Romulan ships often have those big warp rings around them, so it would be kind of difficult to make us look anything other than a Federation ship. However,
physically,
I think
our ship already is a research ship.
Sorry.
Oh, it's only half pretend then. I wasn't thinking physically change the figuration of the ship. I mean, you do work miracles, but that would be a big ask. The signal that we send out.
The call sign. Yes.
Over here.
I could definitely do something with that. Maybe we could transmit some a different frequency. I'm like Star Wars gobbledygook.
You know what? Whatever. Cross the stream. Yeah. Let's. I mean, it's gonna be not easy to do. but with a couple engineering, somebody you could try and figure this out. Let's see how we do.
Yeah. Could we try and make the ship look like a different research ship that we know is somewhere else legitimately, that like another ship that could legitimately be here? So like a little kernel of truth in the middle, like all good lies. We're just a different research ship.
So could I roll for presence and engineering, or would it be insight and engineering? Daring?
Daring? I mean, to do the actual thing was probably going to be a daring and engineering, because you're doing stuff that like you're like low-jacking the tech on a car, right? Like you're literally telling it what it should be when it's like, no, I know what I am. What are you talking about? That one will be hard, but finding the information, like somebody else could do the information for you and then see if they can assist your role.
Sure.
Yeah, does somebody else want to see if you can find the ship? Captain, you'd actually probably have the most access to like ship deployments than anyone else. So you could be like, here, give us this ship name.
Sure. I'll flip through my Captain Rolodex of other small research ships.
I also have a value called I'll attempt anything once.
Oh my God.
I'd like to use that if possible.
Yeah, so you're going to use that. You're going to use one of the 2 determination you've got?
Yeah, so we're going to roll it like a 4?
Well, so it'll be a 4, yeah. It'll be a 4 difficulty. No, sorry. A 4 difficulty, which means you get, so if you're going to use a determination, you would get 2 automatic successes. Okay. Now, you've still only got 2 dice. So it's still a task 2, but you need to have 4 successes to get the answer you're looking for. So if you want more dice on top of that, since we don't have any momentum yet, you either get the captain to roll for her ship first, and then see if she can generate some momentum you can use in your roll to add more dice, or you give me threat by saying, Tim, I'd like to purchase a momentum and give you threat, so I get dice to use like your momentums.
Okay, cool. I will go with the captain trying to assist. Okay.
All right, Captain. So let's do, you're going to do a reason and, this is like a command roll, isn't it? You're going to do reason and command. Or you could do insight and command.
Insight. Yeah.
Okay.
Insight and command.
And you're looking for base information stuff that a captain would have. So the difficulty is not going to be hard. It's going to be a difficulty 1. So your task roll is still set to 2. Do you have any focuses on like Starfleet protocol or?
I have team dynamics. Who did I get on really well with at that conference? It was like we were the same person, you know? What was her name? Janine. Yes. Definitely team dynamics.
Janine? Or Jeanette Janine?
Her name is Jeanette Janine.
Captain Jeanette Janine.
Captain.
Yeah, Dr. Jeanette Janine of the terraforming.
Captain
mission.
Dr. Jeanette Janine. Let's just
Dr.
throw
Captain.
all the titles. All right. Yeah. All right. So Captain Dr. Jeanette Janine. I am spelling this wrong, but that doesn't matter. What's the focus you're using for that then?
I have one called Team Dynamics.
Yeah, okay, excellent. So on your dice roller, make sure your focus used says yes, and then your task roll, you want it to say 2.
All right. I think the settings are correct. Let's flip the Rolodex and see if I find Jeanette Janine.
Wow.
Captain Dr. Jeanette Janine.
Captain Dr. Jeanette Janine is definitely going to, you nailed that. So you got, Thanks for the follow. We got Jeanette Janine is like she had talked nonstop about where her ship was gonna be, and she was in fact gonna be doing some research at Vulcan before taking off to Sigma 538. You do know though that she had planned on doing like a little quick stop en route. So there are a few days in here where she's not going to be at Vulcan yet. But she's booked to be. So you know she was going to be late. But she was doing kind of like a side. She had a fling with an admiral. Why not? We're already going weird. Why not go weird? That they wanted to keep off the books. So you've got a little bit of a window where no one's really going to check. But if you show up as the USS, I don't even know.
Jan Jet.
Yeah. The Jan Jet.
The Jan Jet.
USS Jan Jet.
USS Jan Jet. Captain Jeanette Janine of the USS Jan Jet.
Yeah,
Sweet mother of God.
The premier terraforming research ship.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah,
They are.
it does.
They're very prominent terraforming.
It does a cutscene, and it does a cutscene, and it's like the California class. Like it's very much a lower decks ship right now, and it's kind of like sort of just hovering over another ship. Yeah, it's we've definitely
It's
had a
so
lower
Jan
decks
Jan.
moment. Yeah. It's a California class starship and an Excelsior class starship next to each other. It's like the low rung of both starships. Your ship is even more advanced than hers.
Wow.
Gotcha, Cal class.
Yeah, but actually,
Well, what should we call the ship? I don't know. What's the captain's name? Jeanette Janine. Okay, the Jan Jet, whatever. Nobody gives a shit about this hunk of junk. Maybe whatever we want.
Cal class Jan Jet? No way.
I mean,
You don't even have to lock that up. Nobody's gonna steal it.
Yeah.
Park it anywhere.
We definitely have to play this crew like in 2 weeks' time.
oh my God. What, Jeanette's crew? We're going to switch to Jeanette's crew?
Jan Jet crew? Oh, the Cal class? Yeah.
Yeah. Just the crew trying to entertain themselves while their captain's on a booty call.
The hang crank in the engineering room.
Disappointment, okay?
Oh
Very
my God.
important.
Okay. All right. Well, so the bonus is you put 2 momentum into the pool. Lieutenant Yogurt, if you want to use one of the momentum, you can give yourself a 3rd dice. So now of those,
I shall.
all right. So there's still 1 left in the pool, but of those 3 dice, that means that you can you need to get 2 successes because you've already got 2 given to you automatically by that determination you spent.
Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
What?
Oh, right on the money.
Yeah.
Just make sure
We
that
just got there.
yeah, and that's not a 20, so you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're fiddling with it. You finally get the name figured out, and you're renaming to the Jan Jet. Jesus.
I project a hollow onto the front of the ship where the NCC whatever for that again I change it to Jan Jet.
Yeah, and you know what? Just because it's going to be the NCC 96969.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's why I have this tattoo.
Oh my God, what have we done? I love the chat. We are Legion. We are Jeanette. You know what? Because of the chat, I'm going to give the group an extra momentum into the pool. That's pretty amazing.
Yay!
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, so to be fair, with this crew and just with me knowing who I am, I really need the 5 of you just to remember Vulcans don't emote. They are stone cold. Tim is
Steve
really,
Austin.
really bad at that. So please internalize the fact that I am a Vulcan going forward, and I am like, when I'm talking to you in character, I'm like stone cold, no giggles, no smiles, no facial expressions, and if I make a roll where one of my NPCs will make a facial expression and you'll notice it, I'll actually like verbally tell you, okay? Because I'll do my best to stay in character, but I know that it's just not going to happen. So I just wanted to give that preference. So you come into orbit around Vulcan, and there's a lot of Vulcan ships, and a lot less Starfleet vessels than you would expect to see here. And on the communications is this is Vulcan Space Command to the USS Ranganathan. Come in, please.
On screen.
And you see a Vulcan commander. USS Jen. You can tell he's constantly trying to like say it in a different way that doesn't just sound like Janjet. Whether or not it's pretentiousness or whether or not it's an accent issue, you probably can't. I'll let you decide, Io. I know what it is, but I want to see if you call it out. You were expected to be here 3 hours ago. May I ask the delay?
This is Captain Dr. Jeanette Janine. I believe that our mission is science-based, and we arrived as quickly as possible, and we would like to proceed with our research as soon as possible. Please allow landing.
Okay, I love you. I need you to make, please, a control. No, it's going to be a daring and command roll, please. Commander Io, because you're now telling a fib. So there are 2 momentum in the pool. If you'd like, you can roll one of them.
I'm
giving yourself a third dice.
I have a focus and persuasion.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use that.
If you want to use your presence instead of daring, I would let you. Presence and command.
Ooh, yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. Are you going to use one of the momentum, or are you going to leave it? Oh, yes, she's leaving. Wow, done.
I left it.
All right. Very well. I understand the need for speedy expedience in the nature of science. Please beam down to these coordinates. Live long and prosper.
Thank you for your respect to science. Dr. Captain Jeanette Janine out.
Io, yeah. So personally, Io, how does that feel? You just lied to a Vulcan and got away with it.
Like Sybil Io is bubbling with self-confidence outward. Again, it's baffling to her that she's not captain already. So any chance to impersonate a captain is thrilling.
I corroborate these feelings. I can feel them all the way over in sickbay.
Yeah, through the whole ship. You can feel hundreds of meters away. You're just like, whoa.
Io is feeling so confident right now.
Causing like a black hole of confidence. Yeah.
And even your captain, who's like aware that you want to take her job, is like, nicely done. That was awesome.
Yeah, good, cool.
Good job.
It worked.
Most of being captain is just taking the blame for things. You lied like a chap. You're like, I'm gonna put your name forward.
Oh, sorry, chat. I've turned it down a little bit. Hopefully that's it. I'm deafening everyone. Okay. So, where do you want to beam down to?
Where they told us to, or somewhere else?
Dare I suggest we go to the science-focused area of Vulcan? I'm sure they have one.
There is a science academy. The Vulcan Science Academy is like Federation renowned.
Yes, especially since we're under the guise of gathering information for terraforming. I think this would be the ideal location for us to gather the real information and keep up pretenses that that's what we're doing. researching terraforming.
Yeah, what were the coordinates that they gave us?
They gave you something that's like kind of like a. They gave you just one regular transporter pad in kind of like the main area. Like there's gonna be like transporter control. So in Star Trek, you can beam wherever you need to go. It always works better if you go pad to pad. So there's usually on a planet in different sort of cities, there'll be like major centers where you go for transport so that there's like a direct connection, like phone lines.
Are we rolling in right into like Shakar, like the New York?
That's kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should use, at least some of us should use the actual coordinates so that we don't raise suspicion. But we could also have, like, our team could meet the rest of the team at the science center.
Sure, 2 teams.
Yeah. Teams.
Okay.
I just want to see more of those pointy ears. They're so sensual. I can't believe they just have them out there like that.
Not rounded off at all, just pointy for the world to see.
Pointy.
Lieutenant.
If anybody's watched Star Trek Enterprise, there's an episode where the Ferengis are like obsessed with T'Pol's ears. They're like, ooh, so sexy and pointy.
Of course they are.
There's a precedent for this, I swear.
Let's send the lieutenant on the direct mission. I don't want to take her through too many public spaces.
What do you mean? I'll be perfectly fine. Tommy cool.
Based on the emotions I'm feeling right now, I'm not convinced it'll be fine. I'm just fencing.
Okay. What's the so we're beaming down to the one team is beaming down to terraforming Science Academy?
Yes.
Okay, and where's the other team?
And is that the team that's actually researching? Are we both covertly researching other things?
Yeah.
Is one team truthfully researching terraforming?
I do have terraforming as one of my focuses, so it's like I feel like Io should go down. Io wants to continue pretending to be a captain as well.
I mean,
so she's more than happy to continue impersonating Dr. Janine.
Okay, so you're going to the actual coordinates, and then the other team is going to try and work out who's behind this thing in the science thing. Okay, so we're going to need medical people doing the actual research, and distraction people doing the going to the real place.
I feel like I could be good at distraction.
I think you could too.
I agree with this as well.
Fabulous.
Yeah, it's like a good choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Commander Io is nervous.
So I've got
disagree.
So I've got Io and Yogurt together. Is that right? Is that what I heard? Okay. And is anyone else with the two of you, or is it just the two of you?
We'll go the two of us.
Okay. And then Denizen, Tala, and Valar, where are you three going?
Search real information.
Yeah.
And where would you like to start that?
Vulcan Science Academy. Seems good.
So we're all going to the Vulcan Academy, and we're just going to different departments, like different kind of wings, to see who's going to to gather different information. One to throw them off, one to try and delve into what's going on. Correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Everybody, before we depart, please remember rule of acquisition number 7, which is to keep your ears open. It applies in this situation, I feel.
How does one close their ears?
Oh, like this? No, I'm not
okay.
Frankies canonically have actual bones on the outside of their lobes, which is wild to me. They made that in Star Trek Picard. They showed a skull of a Ferengi, and the outer ear isn't just cartilage, it's bone. And I'm like, oh my god!
Closed?
The lobes, I don't know. Can't move them. Maybe those sexy Vulcan scans.
Gotta find out.
Oh my god.
Gotta get ear
shutters. Yes, you do. You gotta get ear shutters.
Or make thunder in your ears.
All right. So let's start with Io and Yogurt. So the group of you beam down, and then you kind of like you nod away, and then part. Io and Yogurt, what is your goal here? What is your plan? What kind of terraforming do you want to look up?
So
and do you want to try and... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think I want to actually kind of like ask around about why there are fewer Starfleet ships than normal, and kind of get a sense for the political situation while pretending to look at rocks.
Okay, so trying to do like just random like the casual conversation that goes along with potentially. Okay, and Yogurt, what about you?
I'm just there to be distracting. So I will be annoying whatever Vulcan is around us, possibly watching us or things like this. I will be doing my best to discuss the ways of the Book of Acquisition with the just.
So you're trying to be as Ferengi as you possibly can.
Basically, like a Ferengi and Vulcan seems like bull in a china shop. Like it's so antithetical of what they represent.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The two cultures.
Yeah. Do you know what? We can roll for it if you want. So if you want it, so the reason I say if you want is because when I offer you a roll, it's a way to create free momentum for yourself and for the group, and possible benefits. It's also a way to create complications, right? So rolling a 20 would be a possible bad thing. So if you wish, I will let you roll to see if you can add kind of like more momentum to the pool for Io to tap into, or for the other group to tap into as they're kind of like doing their investigations as your assist for being kind of distracting. So the way I would see it is you'd be constantly putting the Vulcans off guard because they don't probably know how to react to a Ferengi on Vulcan. In fact, in canon, I can't think of a time when that's ever happened. So I think that
I'm trying to think of interactions between Vulcans and Ferengi.
Very limited.
Very limited. Yeah. Even I'm thinking on DS9, and I'm like.
Yeah, there was that one baseball
Klingons,
game.
Yes.
Like,
yeah. Oh, the baseball game.
The baseball game would be as close as I can think of. So, yeah, let's say this is going to be presence and command. I think.
Sure.
Or maybe a daring if you wish. I'll let you kind of choose. If you can think of another, I mean, you could even go medical if you psychological warfare.
No, I'm not gonna go medical. I think command is good.
Okay.
Security would be like maybe like in an espionage sort of way. I was thinking.
Okay.
But command also gives me like the same amount, so I can just roll with that.
I'll let you tell me then. You tell me, and then I'll respond appropriately.
To
basically the roles you use or the attributes and disciplines you use will dictate my response, like how you go about doing these things, right?
So I'm gonna pick security in a way that like I feel like they are handling more of the like I said, espionage, like intentionally going in places and doing things. Like they had Miles O'Brien running around doing stuff and Worf and here and there. So I'm gonna pick that and roll with that.
Great, let's do it. Nice. Okay, so you're gonna gain 1 momentum. You didn't create any complications. So as you're kind of like going about this, you're definitely creating enough of a distraction that the Vulcan sort of I want to say commanders of the scenario of the academy and probably like a chief of security in the area, definitely watching you, not Io. And that focus away from kind of like any regular conversation is definitely going to assist Io in kind of like just surreptitiously gathering information. Because you would just be so in their face. Like, it would be like, oh my God, it'd be like a kid. Why? Why?
Yeah, this is a pretty interesting artifact you have here. I wonder how much we could trade this for. As you see, as you hear, I know you Vulcans don't really
oh my God.
participate in profit, but as the rules of acquisition state, rule number 10 is greed is eternal. So there might not be. I think there's still a way to tickle your ears, so to say.
There's a tour guide
just trying to make
like...
deals and talking about profit and just in their faces and giving them rules and.
Later on that night, the tour guide is like sitting at home, and like you see the eyebrow just quivering, and a single tear rolls down before he like regains his composure. So much Ferengi. It was so much Ferengi. And then just a deep breath, and it's like the emotional outburst is over. But yeah.
One tear.
One tear.
Yeah.
Okay. Io. What kind of information? So you're trying to figure out why there's not as many starships?
Why there's not as many starships, but also just kind of like the general political situation.
Okay.
I suppose the line of thinking is I want to understand if this is if the potential cover-up was a Starfleet initiative,
right.
what the presence of Starfleet on Vulcan is right now, what's the political sitch?
Okay, so I would like you to give me a reason and security as well, because I think this espionage line of thinking works very well. Thank you very much, Taylor. And so let's go with that. You've got currently there are actually 4 momentum in the pool. So you could use one of them and give yourself an extra dice to roll. We're doing kind of like general conversation, trying to pull stuff out of it. So I'm going to make it an average check, which means a 2 difficulty. So you need at least 2. And this is one of those ones where if you want to fail forward, so if you don't make the saves, you can purchase successes from me for threat.
Okay, so I think I will use one of our momentums, but I also have a focus in composure, which I think I'd like to use.
Sure.
And sorry, I'm rolling 3. Is that correct?
Yeah, you're rolling 3 dice. Yeah, so task roll 3.
Okay.
Nice. All right. So that momentum you used, you're actually gonna have that back. So before it goes into the pool, would you like to use that to gather more information? So I will tell you that the thing you realize is that it's not incredibly unusual that there's not this many starships around Vulcan. Due to the current scenario, if you recall, I did tell you that communications are starting to break down. And it sounds like that has started to really affect even the core worlds. So Vulcan and Earth are really close together. So is Andor and Tellarite. Those 4 of them are within just a couple sectors of each other. Whereas the planet you guys were at was further away, and the systems that are being really affected are kind of like throughout the Federation. So it's random places all over the place. But if the core worlds are having that much problem with communication and ship deployment, that's a big deal. So you could use that momentum to gather more information. So that means you get to ask me a single question, and I have to answer you truthfully.
Ooh, yeah, I want more information.
Okay, but so I need a specific question.
What is causing the overall communication breakdown?
So from the information you can gather, it sounds like the reason there's so many Vulcan ships here specifically is they stopped deploying them because there were starting to be riots due to resource mismanagement. So as you recall, that virogen attacks food stock. and plants that create food stock. And so even though matter replication is a thing, you still need matter and energy in order to kind of keep it going, right? So it's you can't just create nothing and something out of nothing. That sort of like energy constant changing law physics still exists in Star Trek even. So the starbase that I mentioned earlier, the starbase that I mentioned earlier had a full-on outbreak of a riot on it, and they're not sure if the command staff actually have control over the starbase anymore. And that's actually happening on planets and different systems throughout the Federation. And it sounds like, whereas your ship, I think you guys had been told that the virogen had only hit about 5 or 6 planets. It's actually upwards in the double digits. It's closer to in the 30s now of planets, which is substantial. If it keeps up at this rate, within 30 days, the Federation will cease to exist.
Okay. IO relays this this information via communicator, but in that TNG way where it's like we pretend that it like no one else can hear, even though you're really just talking into your shoulder. So
I'm okay with that, but even in TNG, you can intercept those signals. It's just like a radio wave. So it'd be like an open broadcast. It's not as easy to do a direct to direct.
Right. Okay, then maybe I'll sit on it for a little bit, see how much we can distract out through Yogurt's effort, and I'll try to find the team in a bit.
Okay, so with that, we're going to cut to the other team, but we're actually going to take it's already time to take our break, so we're going to take our break, and then when we come back, we'll go right into Valar, Denizen, and Tala, and we'll see what they can discover. So come back in about 10 minutes. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Enjoy the music from Norse Foundry. It's free to stream if you have a stream, or if you just want to listen to some chill vibes. And we'll be back in a very short while. See you soon. Hey, folks. Yes. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Can you hear
good.
me?
I can. Hi.
How's it going?
Ooh. You're upside down, Rachel. You don't need video on here though. Just don't worry about the Discord video. I'm good. How are you? Eating. Sorry. Yes, nice. I just got some tea. I sent you a message on Discord.
Very curious.
Who's Sharp Shadow? Do we know that person?
Sharp Shadow.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in chat that I don't know. It's kind of cool, but...
Rachel, look at the focus on that camera. Laser sharp.
That looks really good, actually. Nicely done. Okay, time to make some tea. Got 3 minutes.
Copy that.
back to us, because I'm not entirely sure on the plan just generally. We're doing research. What are we researching again?
Well, we're trying to get the real information, right? So maybe some kind of clandestine search of a computer console. That's what Ensign Dennison was thinking.
Okay, good. Wait, you are canonically the person that realized this was a created virus, right? So you're probably most equipped to find it out.
Yeah, so I think getting unauthorized entry into whatever computer console we can, just scouring.
Yeah, finding some secluded corner
Yeah, actually. Like Ellen, your character could very much be like, I think you have some engineering skills.
Yes, I believe
So you could use.
Yeah, I got 3 in engineering.
I mean, so you could easily make an engineering roll to see if you can like forcibly hack in. Well, Denizen does some research for it, and the captain can like distract or keep like literal commanders out of the way.
Yeah, I think maybe people can still hear us, Tim.
Ha!
Checking in on the chat, I'm getting the vibe that maybe, just maybe.
Just maybe.
Oh man, I should have said something smarter.
Yeah, there must be some Star Wars Trek Wars.
Yeah, I get a feeling that maybe the intermission is still
I had a brain
going out to the world.
You know what? I don't know what happened tonight. I broke my everything.
This is your Patreon tier reward, getting to sit in on the intermission.
Yeah. Everyone gets to hear.
Consider kicking in some money and maybe make an actual Patreon.
I mean, right?
Welcome to your free bonus content while we try to remember how to play the game.
Please make sure to remember the Easter eggs. There will be a quiz later.
Yep.
Yeah. You can help me remember the quiz. I don't know if they can hear me. That's the best part. I don't know why.
They maybe can't hear you, but they can hear us.
I don't know why.
Only real fans will know.
So you have your desktop audio pumped into somewhere. That's my guess.
I mean, do I? Oh, we hear you. Yeah. Okay. Great. Thanks. That's yeah. Confirmed. Can hear everyone. Fantastic. Yeah. No big deal. No stress. Oh my God.
One time I was hanging out with somebody and I think they wanted it to be a date and I was like firmly like, this is not a date. We are just new friends. I am not interested in a date. And they were like quitting on our college, like, prove it, you actually like it.
Somebody just told me somebody just typed this should be a regular thing. I don't know how to not make it a regular thing at this point. I'm like, this is I'm I mean, if this is what's been happening the whole time anyways, I don't need to keep using 2 devices. That's fun. Hey, we're back. You ready?
Oh yeah, we should switch our audio.
We should switch our audio. Let's switch our audio. Everyone unmute. Yeah, then we'll go back to Zoom.
Wow. Look it out, make it a podcast. Good idea. Our podcasts.
Well, now
We
we're
need
back.
more podcasts.
We're back, and you didn't hear anything we were saying. We've been gone for 10 whole minutes, and I hope you enjoyed the music and nothing else. It was really good. Yeah, it was nice. Nice to have you all back. Oh, hey, chat. Weird. Fancy seeing you here.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Heard nothing.
Perfect. Good. Correct.
Correct. Yeah. It sounded like there was some problem with my mic earlier. I hope it's been fixed. I can't actually hear myself, so I don't know. But I did find something that was set wrong. So I fixed that. If it's still burning, I'm so sorry. I'll fiddle with it again later when I try and sort out the rest of my sound problems. So in the last, before the intermission, Commander Io and Lieutenant Yogurt successfully infiltrated the terraforming wing of the Science Academy. Lieutenant Yogurt caused fantastic Ferengi distraction, made a Vulcan actually emote, which is significant, and Commander Io has discovered some information that she has yet to technically share with any of her crew because communications are not 100% secure at this point. And then we switch to Valar, Denizen, and Tala. And we're going to kind of like come in, and the scene's going to kind of switch in from commercial break. And as it does, you're kind of like, we're following you down one of the corridors. There's just Vulcans everywhere. The Science Academy is like the premier school or unit. Like it's the system. It is one of the kind of like core components of Vulcan society. For the Trek nerds, it's the thing that Spock left in order to join Starfleet, which caused quite a row in Vulcan because it's a very prestigious thing. To get awarded entrance to the Science Academy is something that almost every Vulcan attains or aims for.
And he was like, "Fuck this noise."
Yeah, he kind of was. Yeah. Peace out.
I love my mom. I'm leaving.
Sorry, yeah. I'm out.
Peace and long life, motherfuckers.
Okay. And the way we're going to play it is, it sounds like the three of you are trying to be unofficially clandestine, or like you're trying to like look like you belong and also just find a terminal that you can probably hack into, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. So we're going to say that it's actually not that hard. There's no need for locks in a science academy where you're supposed to be there. So it's fairly easy to find things that you like an office that is open and nobody is in, and there are a few science experiments going on. We're going to say you're in kind of like a base research lab. Where there's a really cool thing with quantum mechanics and possible phase shift technology that looks really fascinating. There's diagnostics for a new engine that will allow ships to go faster, there's a console that currently has no processes running on it. You could probably tap into that.
Hey, just casually wander over like we're supposed to be here.
Supposed to be here, 100%.
Supposed to be here. Told to be here to look at this console, to just take a poke around and see how far we can push it.
I love research.
Science! Capital S exclamation mark. All right.
Okay.
So what would you like to do? You want to try and are you going to try and like rewire? Like what's the goal? What's the plan?
Well, I'm guessing the information that we want is likely not readily available given the secret nature of the mission that was involved initially.
Well, so Tim's actually curious, what kind of information are you like information that you want is what? Like, are you trying to sort out if the Vulcan Science Academy is involved, or are you trying to see if the message that you sent actually came through? Like, what are you looking for?
It's a good question.
Thank you.
Maybe cross-reference any kind of novel bioengineering of terraforming life forms that might be weaponized.
Did they make the virus here in the science school?
Okay. All right. Well, give me a. So you're doing the more tech, right? You're gonna try and like, what are you searching, or is Dennison doing the search?
I feel like we're gonna try to do a combined effort of like, I will get us past security business, and then once we're into weird plant science stuff, now you need to figure out which files are actually useful. Okay,
so why don't you give me a control and engineering?
Hey.
To try and tap into that. There are 3 momentum in the pool if you'd like to use some, or 1 even. And I believe you both still have all of your determination that you can also tap into.
Yeah. I think let's use one of the determination
Okay.
is what I'm...
Which determination would you like to use?
You
Which
can
value?
learn something from everyone.
That's
Suddenly, I'm
awesome.
doing plant science.
I mean, suddenly. All right. So you've got an automatic 2 successes in your pool. This will go on top of the dice you're about to roll. Do you still want to use a momentum, or are you good?
I think I'm good with that. I feel decent about my skills.
Great.
Maybe?
Let's do it.
Let's see if that was misplaced.
So that's going to be 4 successes. And that will gather you 1 momentum that you can kind of like hack into. So you were doing tech stuff, right? So instead of spending that momentum, I'll let you pass it directly to Ensign Denizen to use to add a dice to their roll they're about to make.
Here you go.
Is that okay?
I'd love to see that.
Okay.
We're in the middle of a research area. Like, people study here. Is that right?
Yeah, regularly people study here. Like I said, there's some studying. There's some like long-term research projects actually like processing on the computers around you.
Ensign Dennison is feeling nervous, and so finds an eraser sitting at the console and smells it. It's calming. And then I'm going to use insight and reason.
Yeah.
No, I can only use 1, right? So I'm going to use reason.
Okay.
And science.
Yes.
To try to figure this out.
What you're searching for a virogen there. So you could actually use reason and medicine.
Oh, reason and medicine.
Yeah, because you're actually looking for medical information, right?
Yes. And I still have 2 determination, and this is a task roll, right?
Yeah, and you got a task roll of 3 actually, because Tala gave you that extra momentum to use as a dice.
Tala's like gently concerned about the like school supply huffing that's happening.
It smells
Also,
kind of sweet.
I think
That's
Tala would
so
be
great.
more concerned with the fact that she found an eraser when nobody uses pencils anymore. Like, it's all electronic. Like, where did this eraser come from?
Did you bring it from home?
Yeah. it'd be really. Yeah.
Like Oxford eraser.
It's just good.
And Denison is a deeply anxious medical officer.
That's fantastic. Okay. So Tala, sorry, Denizen. Pardon me. It's you're not quite there. So you're able to see that like there's been no research about the creation of the virogen, but you do see mention of the cure or the possible like block that you found and reported on.
Oh.
Like a couple weeks ago. They've started working on that.
I relay this information.
But we've found one that already works, and they've only just started researching it?
Well, so the information that you sent out that's like, hey, we've got this.
Yeah.
They're now looking at that.
Okay. So they did get our message.
Valar, there are 2 security officers coming down the hallway towards your hall, towards your area.
That's my cue. Crew, I'll be right back. Maybe try and work out who else had access to that, the cure, who knew about it, and we can maybe go from there. I'll be right back. I shall turn and walk boldly towards these security officers.
Okay.
Hello, Vulcans. How are you doing today?
Good.
They look at your rank, Commander. What is your meaning for being here?
I would have thought that's obvious. Research, of course.
I
Love some research, don't you? I really like it when you just get so deep into the research, you just lose yourself, you know, when all the numbers and the sigmas and the alphas just blend in and just become part of you, you know? Just, research, I tell you.
Oh my god, that's a...
Fuck, I'm a citable source!
Okay. All right. I need, please. I'm gonna let you choose either a daring or a presence, but command is the discipline. You're totally pulling a bullshit move at the moment. And they are Vulcans, so it is that much harder because they don't bullshit easily. I'm gonna put it at it's gonna be a 4 difficulty. Actually, we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna put it at 3 difficulty, but Tim's spending a threat to make it that much harder. So I'm gonna start spending my threat. So that will pump it up to 4. So we'll make it.
So I've got presence, command. I'd like to use my focus of composure.
Yeah, that would absolutely do it. And there are 3 momentum in the pool, and you do still have your determinations.
Let's grab a momentum. How do I add that to my roll?
So instead of task roll 2, you're going to now do task roll 3. So that'll give you 3 dice, and I'll remove it from the pool.
Excellent.
And let me know when you're ready. I am ready.
Okay, focus used. Yes.
Yeah.
Task roll 3. Let's go.
Okay, here we go. Okay. So that is only 2, so that's only half of what you needed. So this, the one security officer looks down at you and does the very classic Vulcan eyebrow quirk.
Don't take that tone with me.
May I see your research paper assignments, Commander?
Yes, I'll start patting down my uniform and it's over this way. I'll lead them away from my crew members. I think I might have put it down where's that cute little coffee shop? I think I might have left them there. Down this way.
The commissary.
Yes, sorry.
So are you doing that move where you're not aggressively trying to stay out of their way, but you're not letting them get close enough to reach out and grab you? Is that kind of like that action that you're doing right now? And you're moving down the hallway?
I'm an arm's length away.
Yeah. But constantly moving so they can't but doing so innocuously so not to raise threat. Is that kind of the idea here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So give me one more presence and command or daring and command. You can keep your composure as well. Again, I'm going to tell you this is a little bit less. It's difficulty 3, but you can tell that they're not buying what you're selling, and they're definitely going to start going for you pretty quick here.
Excellent. I'm going to use a determination then. Vulcan values. I'm going to try and twist it around on them and say, where's the logical place I would have put it? Help me out here. I know I have these papers, absolutely.
Oh my God.
But where is the logical place they would be?
Amazing. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. So and you're using a determination? Is that?
Yeah, one of my.
Okay, so that's an automatic 2 successes. And are you using another momentum, or are you leaving it this time?
I'll leave it.
Okay, so task roll 2. Ooh, okay. All right. So as they look at you, they go. They say, "Okay." It would. They kind of try and get you to retrace your steps, but you kind of end up using incorrect terms, and you catch it a little bit late, but well enough that they're now focused on you. So they are very attentive on you. So they are bringing you to the commissary to find your pad, not so much letting you lead them, right? So now it's very much on either side of you and taking you to the commissary. But that gives Dennis and Atala at least another roll. So Dennis and Atala, back to you. You're unaware of what's just happened. The last you heard was Captain Villar said, "That's on me. You keep looking." That's my cue. So now what is the next plan for the two of you?
I'm doing a deep dive into the person who logged the new research based on our data. So I'm not looking for the results of the data. I'm looking for the person. I want to find them.
Great. Okay. And Tala, are you going to try and do anything else technical to figure it out, or are you now going to keep watch? What do you want to do? Or help with the research?
I will switch to keeping watch.
Okay. All right. So, Tala, give me a presence and command roll. It's a standard roll, so just straight up, like, just to see if you can catch anyone. And this is just so you can generate momentum, so you do not have to make this roll if you don't want to.
I'll do it.
Okay. Great. So we're going to give you a couple of momentum back into the pool. Barbara, now there's 4 momentum in the pool. Sorry, Denizen, there's now 4 momentum in the pool. And you're doing a deep dive into somebody that's within the research. So we're going to make it a difficulty 3 still.
Okay.
So would you like to use some of those momentums you've got sitting there?
Yes,
Okay.
and I have a value of we are all connected. Can I use this in a 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon sort of sense?
How do we know this person?
Yes.
Yeah. So is it in Starfleet? I guess it'd be the 7 degrees of Captain Picard. Is that probably the more accurate one, or Captain Kirk? Like it would probably be
Yes,
very
exactly.
much like, yeah.
Or 7 degrees of the Prime Directive.
Oh my God! It's the 7 degrees of Miles O'Brien. Like that's 100% like yeah.
Like because I also have a background, like I have a background in horticulture, I have a background in botany, so I feel like I'm like using everything I can to hone in on this person who's interested in furthering my research.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. So, you're gonna activate a determination for that.
Yeah.
Great. So you got 2 successes, and then are you gonna use 1 momentum, or do you want to
Yes,
use
please.
2 or 3? Sorry.
Can I go all in, everyone? Can I 3 it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm
you're gonna use
thinking-
3 momentum. So that's gonna give you 4 dice to roll. So a task roll of 4 now, and
Okay.
you've got a guaranteed 2 successes.
It's amazing. Am I still using reason or medicine, or do I have to shake it up?
No, you can still use reason and medicine unless you have a reason you'd like to shake it up.
Well, maybe science. So it's like in the broader range of science right now. It's also I've got.
Yeah, you
good
could even
science.
use command too if you want, because you're
Command
looking at
lower. Science 4.
Do whatever you would like to do. So science.
I'm gonna use my science. All right, here we go.
Let's do it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So you've got 6 momentum. You find out that it's a Vulcan named Stronn, Stronn. Stronn logged the success, but did not log where it came from. So your ship and the Discovery is like removed, and where it was found was removed, and it looks like a sort of fluke look into herbal medicines that has found this possible win. It's still the leaves of an ancient just plant that no one thought to look at, dried out, and so it's still what it is that you'd found, but it is very much like taken all the credit and all the wear away from it. So it's a very sort of like you also have a location of where Stronn is, and Stronn was last seen in another sector, so not on Vulcan. So he's doing this remotely.
I relay all of this information.
And he's due to be back very shortly, so he's logged a return. So he's been at a planet that was under a blockade, and he's due to be back within the next few days.
Dong, birthday Graham.
You got 2 more momentum back into the pool. Would you like to use one of those to gather more information?
Yes.
Okay. So you can ask me any one question, and I have to answer you truthfully.
Whoa. I think I would like to confer, perhaps, with the illustrious.
Yeah, confer.
Tala.
Tala, yeah.
I really feel like I have a push for gathering more information here. We know that Stronn is the dude. What else do we want to know?
I mean, does he have any connections to Starfleet?
Brilliant. Looking about Stronn's connections to Starfleet. Do I still task roll 4?
This isn't a roll. You actually just ask me a specific question, and I have to answer it.
I would like to know Strawn's connections to Starfleet.
Okay, so Strawn is a junior lieutenant, same as Yogurt, within the Science Academy, and is working as like a liaise or an attaché for a Commander Douglas, or an Admiral Douglas. Pardon me.
Is Admiral Douglas having an affair with the captain by any chance? We've heard of another admiral today.
Our captain?
Oh my God.
Yes, our captain.
Yes.
Captain, what is it?
Jeanette Jeannot.
Jeanette Jeannot.
Oh my gosh, Captain Dr. Janine of the USS Jet class?
Jeanine, Jeanette Jeannine.
Very same.
Yeah, Admiral Douglas is having an affair with her. That's inconsequential. The comments about that from Strawn are, this seems very illogical. And there's a side note and a small dissertation started about how Jeanette Jeannine doesn't stop talking. She strikes me as the type. Strawn also mentions that he looks forward to when the plan is complete.
The plan?
The plan.
That sounds like something else to Google search.
It looks like
Vulcan's called Voogle.
It looks like Douglas's connection to Jeanette Jeannine is intentional.
Oh.
He wanted to connect with her.
And she thought she was in love.
I relay all of this information.
How? To just Hala, right?
To me.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm just
okay.
reading over your shoulder.
Okay.
Right there.
So, Denizen, as you finish sending that message, Tala, you've seen 2 more security guards coming down from the other hall, and Denizen, your screen is locked, and on it is like a blue screen of Starfleet. You have accessed inappropriate files. Security is on their way.
Can I close it?
No, it's you've locked out. Do you see that 20 you rolled?
So I grab my phaser and I shoot the console?
Oh my God, let's just leave.
I mean, if that's
I like that better.
Okay.
Shoot it.
Yeah. All right. You shoot the console. Like a very yeah. All right. So sparks fly. I'm sure Tala, you're probably like, holy shit.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, Ensign Dennison.
The guards start running.
Pick up your eraser. We're leaving.
And as you kind of like, you get out, and as you get out, 2 more beam in on either side of you. Captain Villar, you've got 2 more beamed in next to you. Because the 2 that are guards, the 2 guards that are on their mics, like, why not? They have earpieces. They always have earpieces. They kind of like stop you, and then they say, just hold still. One of them readies their phaser at you, and another guard beams in, and all 3 of you kind of like does like, we'll say that Star Trek has modernized its cutscene technology, and we do a cool Ocean's 11 cutscene, and all at the same time, all the guards say, "You're under arrest. Please come with us." We're gonna cut scenes to Io and Yogurt. Io and Yogurt. You've managed to get some information from each other. You're on your way to where I guess the rendezvous point would have been. We'll say that it's at the commissary, because why not?
I can really go for a Ractigino right now.
Yeah. It's the only place in the entire planet to get a Ractigino, because that's where all the Starfleet people know to go. Otherwise, everything is very much like, herbal teas. Yeah. So this is the kind of like most eclectic of peoples. As you're kind of like walking up, there's a few guards running in. There's a lot of activity, a lot of intensity around the area, and people buzzing. And you get to the commissary, and it's quite full, but you don't see your crewmates.
That guard activity seems like a bad sign.
Yes, this, I'm going to say that maybe there are other groups' research didn't go as planned.
Should we beam up to the ship and see if we can try to locate them from there, or do you want to try to find them on planet?
It might be wise for us to beam back to the ship just so we can get a transporter lock and possibly beam them out, and or do a jailbreak and plan that.
Confirmed. 2 to beam up.
Yes, ma'am. You guys, the Vulcan disappears, the dry, arid air in a sea of glowy white, and then you appear back in your transporter pad, breathe that fresh, recycled air, and what is your next plan?
I'm going to. I was going to go to the transporter console and see if I can't pick up the life signs of our compatriots, because they would be seemingly unique.
Yeah, so keep in mind that the Science Academy is still, like, while you're on Vulcan, it is still very, there's lots of it. So there's lots of people to cover. You do pick up all 3 comm signals. They're all together in one room. So you can lock into those if you want.
I'll try and lock on and see if I can beam them up.
Okay. So you woo away, and the beam kind of forms. 3 beams form, and then dissipate really quickly, and you see 3 comm badges sitting on the pad, and just comm badges.
Oh no!
Cutscene to Valar, Denizen, and Tala. You wake up. Things kind of like come appear for you, and the 3 of you are standing in a beautiful park. There are birds chirping. The sun is warm in the sky. The air is fresh and spring, sort of summer. May in Vancouver without the rain, when it's actually warm but not too hot.
Is everything real? Can I feel the life force of the birds? Or is it a holodeck?
Do the birds have feelings?
Yeah, basically.
So I'm very scared to set this precedent. But,
What do the birds feel, Tim?
Yeah, I don't think birds feel feelings like that.
Really?
I mean,
are you sure?
No, I'm not. So give me a presence and science roll.
Yeah, presence. Here we come. Science.
Lowercase s question mark science.
Is this still a task roll of 4?
No, this is a task roll of 1.
1?
Bird slander. I mean, they could
I'm just like
feel
sensing
feelings.
if it's holodeck or not. That's all I'm looking for.
So
holodeck or not.
You're definitely thinking it's a holodeck.
Ooh, this is falsy false.
Okay.
It's pretty, but it's a cage.
Okay, that makes sense given how everything was going down immediately before this. Is there anybody here other than
just the 3 of you?
3 of us? Oh. Well, time to take a poke around and put my arms out and try to walk forward and see if I hit a wall.
Yeah, you don't. So to give the 3 of you, I don't know how much about Star Trek you know, but if the 3 of you are in one room, the way it works is sort of like light is pressed up against your feet so that as you walk, it's like walking onto a treadmill. And then the computer will make it look to each other like you're further away, when even though you might be like only a couple meters away from each other. So no matter how far you go, you won't walk into a wall.
Okay.
Computer, end program.
No response.
Worth a try.
Definitely worth a try. Commander Valar, you think that this might be a prison of some kind? And
it's a very nice prison.
It is.
It's still a prison.
Tala, you were on to kind of like a possible thing. Do you want to roll an insight and engineering check?
Yes, I do. Insight and
there is 2
engineering.
momentum in the pool if you would like to use one of them.
Yeah, I'll use one of those momentum.
So you're going to have a task roll of 3.
Yes. Okay. let's see what we got here.
So you're thinking like maybe I can walk into a wall.
Walk into it, throw something to the wall.
Throw something into the wall. So there is that very, very slight possibility. Should somebody be able to like pick you up and throw you, there is that moment where you might be able to trick get past the computer processing like before it can realize what you're doing.
So maybe we could teamwork, 2 people sort of alley-oop one into the wall.
Yeah. Do you want to try it with your boot first to try and find out where one of the walls might be?
Oh, sure. I was ready to just throw myself. Yep, 1 shoe off. Just by the laces. We'll just spin her and give her.
Yeah, all right. So you just spin her and give her, and even though the boot just goes flying, you do hear a thunk.
Ah! It's approximately that far away from where I am and how long the thunk was based on how hard I threw the boot.
Okay.
That's how far the wall is. I feel like we're all of approximately similar size. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Who's good at... I'm fairly fit, if I do say so myself. So, I could be... I could toss someone, or I could be tossed. I'm open to all opportunities.
Anyone else?
I'm available to support tossing. I don't feel comfortable being tossed.
Okay.
So we're going to throw me?
Well, it would be inappropriate to toss the captain, so I volunteer as tribute.
Captain, would you like to assist me in tossing Tala?
Yes, that sounds wonderful.
Captain,
Excellent.
Ensign Dennison, it would be an honor to be tossed by you both.
All right, Elliot.
Okay, Valar and Dennison, I'm going to get you to make fitness and security checks, because this is like a physical action that you're doing. And we're going to make this a purchase to succeed. So if you fail, I'm going to add threat to my pool in order for you to like make sure that you succeed.
I like the sound of making sure I succeed. That's excellent.
The higher you roll, the less I get out of it. That's a way to look at it. You get what do you mean? Dice, you mean?
Yeah, task roll 1.
Task roll always starts at 2 and then goes up as you expend resources.
I'm ready to expend.
Okay, so there is 1 momentum in the pool. If you use it, it's gone. Valar, you have to make the same roll. So what would the 2 of you like to do? You've also, I think, Valar, you've each got 1 determination left as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain, I defer to you to have the momentum, I think, because you're our leader.
Oh, I think you should have it. This isn't really my forte.
Done.
Okay, so there she goes. All right. So neither one of you actually used the momentum, which is amazing. So can one of you make a task roll 1, please? Thanks. Okay, so now it's gone. You're Tala, you're lifted up and very awkwardly thrown. It is lopsided, like it's like that kind of like, whoa, jeez.
Oh my gosh.
And we cut scene back to Commander Io and Lieutenant Yogurt as Tala goes through the air. Nice. Io and Yogurt. So there is a report of 3 Starfleet members being put into detention cell Gamma. They are awaiting a magistrate to look at their case. infiltration into the Science Academy research lab. They don't know, and destruction of property. Looks like they phasered a console, but they're not able, because of the console failure, they're not able to determine what it was being looked at. There is a side note that a student is very unhappy with the loss of the console, as their stuff was saved to the desktop. Never save it to the desktop.
I'm happy that I encouraged it. The console being shot at. Metagame wise. Can we possibly use the computer to pinpoint where they might be being held?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So
does the Science Academy have a brig?
Well, not the Science Academy. They've been beamed up to one of the stations in orbit.
Oh, sorry.
And there is a brig there. It is a fairly large. It's not massive, but it's unmanned.
Oh, really?
Man and woman.
Unwomaned as well. So it
yes.
It is unpersoned. So it looks like they are very confident in their new brig system that is apparently infallible. So much so that they don't have cameras. They don't have anyone stationed to observe the cameras or watch the doors because no one can get out.
But how about in?
Getting in should be fairly simple, as long as you don't run into anybody from the transporter pad. This is one of those ones that site-to-site location, for obvious reasons, it is a brig, are completely blacked out. So there is a dampening field around that entire wing. So you would have to beam in at a certain point and then walk.
Lieutenant Commander, how do you feel about Jeffrey's tubes?
Very well.
Very well? You feel very well about Jeffrey's tubes? Or do you just take that as,
I perfectly to Jeffrey's tube, but for other species that might not be so easy. But I think maybe that's our best approach, would be beaming into a nearby Jeffrey's tube to deactivate the dampening field and get our pals out of there, our crewmates.
Lieutenant, let's just do it. Please.
Hell yeah.
In for a penny, in for a pound, right, Io?
She it feels like there's so much energy coming off this young Ferengi. She keeps talking, and Io is just resigned to the fact that we're going to go for this plan.
Oh my god.
I mean, what other plan do we have?
Unfair.
Correct.
Okay. Let's do it. So, I'm thinking it would be a daring and engineering from you, please, Yogurt, because I think that it's a daring thing to beam into a Jeffrey's tube. Like, they are very specific and small. Beaming into that tight space would be tricky.
I'm like a friggin' expert on Jeffrey's tubes.
You are. Like. So you definitely would have, like, your focus, right? Do you have Jeffrey's tubes as a focus?
Not a focus, but I'm pretty good with, I have power systems on here, and I feel like Jeffrey's tubes and power systems they
go hand in hand. Yep.
They go hand in hand.
Yep. EPS conduits and all that such are all in Jeffrey's tubes. That's why they exist. So yeah, 100%. So you can use your focus. There is no momentum in the pool, but you can purchase extra for threat if you wish. And I think you still have a determination if you want to use that as well.
Yeah, I'll spend a determination. We both start out with 2, so I haven't used mine yet.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are we rolling here?
So for you to do this, it's daring and engineering.
Yeah.
You're going to need at least 3 successes.
Okay. Does a focus add a dice or
focus
a die
adds
or?
focus add. So what is your engineering number?
4.
4. So a focus means if you roll a 4 or less, you get 2 successes out of it instead of 1.
Oh, okay, cool. And if I spend a determination...
It gives you an automatic 2 successes on top of whatever you roll as well.
Okay, awesome. Let's do that.
Which determination value are you going to trigger?
Are my values or just the values of this assignment today?
So the values, either. You can use any of those. So if you use a determination point like the ones I gave you, then you can you can activate a determination with that, the directives I gave you. Or you can use your value to determine it, to activate a determination. It's like the activation.
You know what? I'm going to activate again. I'll attempt anything once.
Yeah.
Let's I never
So
done it.
you
so
can't use that one again. You've already used it today.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
How about I know the ship like the back of my
yes,
hand?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the ship like the back of my ear.
Back of
Sorry.
your ears, yeah. All right, cool.
Okay.
So 2 successes automatically, plus whatever you're going to roll on your daring and... Okay. All right. So, Io... Okay, so Io and Yogurt, you both kind of like, you like Yogurt, you're like, get down, like down. So you kind of like both crouch down and the automation kind of like ticks down on the transporter and then you kind of like beam out and just show back up in. Io, your hair is no longer like Fran Drescher coiffed. It's now more like buzz cut tight. But the worst part is you don't actually know that yet because you're just so in the zone that only Yogurt can see it. And it's just like that adrenaline's rushing. You wouldn't notice it yet. It's not like you beam in and flock your hair all the time. You know what I mean? Like, so you haven't.
You're like,
yeah, exactly. Could you imagine? That's I'm going to make an NPC that does that for you. But there's like, you don't know it yet. So you're like, you've lost your, like, it's like we're talking like military style buzz cut. Like it's like, and it's just perfect square. And just as you beam in, you hear against the wall of the Jeffries tube that you're in, along with a, yeah. We're going to cut really quick to Tala. Tala, you can see kind of like a weird ripple effect. You can see the yellow and black grid of the holodeck that you're in.
Perfect.
And you've got like just like a second before the computer's going to realize what happened and snap you back in. So what are you looking for?
Any sort of like panel, hatch, door.
Yeah, you see the exit right over there.
That way.
Okay, give me a fitness and security roll, please.
Fitness.
Do you have
security.
a determination you want to use to make sure that you succeed this, or do you want to give me?
Please.
Yeah. Do you want to give me?
We're gonna use that determination.
Okay. Which what are you gonna activate?
There's always another option. One option was facing the consequences. The other option is prison break. I don't want to face the consequences.
Spoken like a true Starfleet. Okay. So you got 2 successes. Make that roll.
2 more.
4 successes. So I'm going to put one momentum back into the pool. Well done. And you get to the console, hit the button, and it's just kind of like that leap dive. And we're going to say it does that really cool, like you're in midair with the arm outstretched just as the computer is starting to like come at the imagery of the holodeck is like catching up, feet first, and then body, and you sort of slam the cancel button really just like as that sort of like drastic fall, just as it's getting to your forearm, and the holodeck shuts down.
Oh.
Oh.
Somebody grab my shoe.
It's on the other side of the room.
I got it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yogurt and Io, you hear power down on the system kind of like next to you.
I open. I look around and I try and find whatever the internal power supply would be for this.
Yeah.
And I know it's shut down. Having heard that noise, I can hopefully locate it and at least open the doors.
Yeah, are you trying to get like an emergency hatch into the area, or are you trying to like open the main doors to the thing?
I'm trying to open the main doors to the holodeck that they're in.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hack away at that and get that open. I mean, it's not hard to open a holodeck door. It's not even locked.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. So
well, I mean, why would it be, right? No one's expected to get out of a holodeck room that they can't turn off.
So I opened that up, and I guess I would make a way to, like, through the Jeffries tubes and to where the hallway would be, to try and maybe, like, get the folks out of the closest, like, to get to where the door in the hallway, and, like, hopefully, like, we can scooch out of there.
Yeah, so if you're just trying to get them out of the room and to where you are, we could easily just say, instead of opening the main doors, you could open, like, an access hatch. Because the Jeffries tube are behind all the rooms, right? So you could just open an access hatch into there.
Love it. Okay, so I open access hatch and I peek down into the... How you guys doing?
I'm holding a shoe.
Oh. Yogurt. Yeah, hey. Hi. Looks like there's a big damn thing filled, so we can't beam you up, so we beamed into a Jeffries tube. So you want to get the heck out of here?
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yes.
Commander Isle, what are you doing at this point?
I'm observing from the back. I'm starting to notice that the back of my neck feels a little cold.
Yeah, it must be the air conditioning. Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vulcans...
I mean, they probably keep the prisoners pretty uncomfortable in here.
Exactly, right? As Tala, Denizen, and even Valar kind of climb up, I imagine the first one is kind of like, with yogurt. You all see Io and see her hair.
It's a bold choice, Lieutenant Commander, and I think it suits you well.
It's always worth trying something new. I commend you.
How did you have time? I mean, no offense. We're in the middle of a task saturated here.
Yogurt, what are you doing while they're all saying these things? Are you
sometimes transport isn't an exact science, so we definitely did our best, but I'm gonna do my best to try and fix it on the way back in.
Okay, give me a roll.
What?
Well, now I just you're so you didn't say anything about beaming back in and programming a beam back in. You're gonna have to get out of this. Like, you could get them out the tube and then go. Like, you'd have to get to the transporter pad. Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna. I mean, I'll try and fix it with the transporter later once we're out of here. So I guess we just have to find on the station we're at a transport pad to get back to the ship.
Yeah. You could do that. There's the transporter pad. You do know it exists.
Follow me, everybody. Let's go. I know where the transport pad is.
Io, how you doing?
Commander Io is a little bit confused about the dialogue that was cut off, but flattered that people are finally noticing her appearance, because she puts a lot of effort into it, but tries not to talk about it a lot because it feels unprofessional.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a very becoming choice. Aesthetically, I mean, look at me.
So wrong.
Lieutenant Yorger, I don't really see the resemblance between you and I. Care to elaborate? I am asking this to you as a senior officer.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about human and Ferengi aesthetics more when we get back onto the ship and we figure out what's going on with this virus.
Were you just trying to make that a command order? Were you trying to subtly hint that you're pulling rank while asking about appearance? Is that what I heard?
I imagine that Io does that a lot. I imagine that, at the commissary,
Jesus.
Extra guacamole as a senior officer.
Yeah, I ordered for you to give me extra guacamole.
I am your XO. Okay, yogurt.
Yeah. The X and XO stands for extra. I was going to say, you are one of the most aesthetically pleasing humans I've had the pleasure of working closely with. So, anyways, let's keep going.
Okay.
Get to a transporter pad and get the heck out of here and find out and share our intel.
Yeah. So I'm going to need fitness and security from all 5 of you, please. As we both try and bump up that pool and stealth sort of out of this place. Again, like I've said, the Vulcans are pretty overconfident, so it looks like they're not looking for anyone. Okay, Io, something is just off today. It is just not working for you, so you're going to take a couple stress there. You're going to take 2. As it's just like something's just not right. Like your day is just not. This could be so much easier.
She still hasn't figured out what it is, you know.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. Okay, and you're gonna get to the pad. Enough of you got enough stealth. You managed to avoid the couple Vulcans that you see. Again, it's all very administrative up here. No one expects anyone to actually get out. Vulcan logic often leads to a lot of arrogance and overconfidence, unfortunately. And so, for them, not for you, you're going to be able to get out of here. You beam back onto your own pad. Yogurt, I would like you to make... this is definitely going to be a daring. Daring and engineering to try and fix the hair, if that's still the goal.
Sorry, everybody froze for me.
Oh, okay, sorry. No, that's okay. So as you're beaming back in, I recall you saying you wanted to try and fix it as you're coming back. So I'm going to let you program to try and get yourself back, and you can try and tap into the pattern buffer and see if you can fix her hair on the way back. If you want to make a daring and engineering check for me. I'm
going to do that. Let's try it.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Oh no! Yes.
Yeah. So that's.
I'm fucking up again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna go. You know what? We'll let the chat decide. Chat, tell me what Io's new hairstyle is, please. It used to be like Fran Drescher coiffed, and she was very proud of that. Like, it's been a few episodes if you've been watching, and she has actually mentioned her hair in every single one. Yogurt has unfortunately kind of just done a couple. I mean, it's the Vulcan to Federation pads. We're gonna say that they're not talking to each other correctly. So I need a new hairstyle.
Vulcan haircut, the traditional Vulcan
haircut. Like the full bowl with the Marge Simpson, blue and big. That's also very good. A Vulcan mohawk. I can't even picture that. It'd be like with the pointy ears and I think just the Vulcan cut works really well, right? Like the straight across, the box with the the very prominent ear kind of points.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So that is Io's new current haircut. One of the last things, Ensign Denizen, that you were able to grab off that console was the next location that the next location that Strawn was going to do their next field testing for their research assignment.
Where's that?
It'll be in the next episode. Yeah. But would you guys like to share with each other what information you remember now that you're all back together?
Yeah.
Hey.
So.
Oh, yeah. You go first.
So, Io gives this team the information about the fact that the virogen is a lot more severe than we thought, that there is a time frame associated with the fall of everything. But also that it looks like someone deleted the record about Chatopra, is that the planet that we were on last time? Off of the computer.
We have some very important information, and it is that Admiral Douglas is having an affair with Captain Dr. Jeanette Janine of the USS Janjet. But part of the reason that they're likely keeping their affair so secret is that he is actually using her, which is a little bit tragic, but also very dramatic.
And that Junior Lieutenant Strawn has continued my research with the leaves of an ancient plant that assists with this deadly made virus, and he's a liaison for Admiral Douglas, who's having the affair.
So I just want to make sure Den is in. It's not that the leaves assist with the virus. It's that they help block the transmission from humanoids. So the fact that you... Yeah. Okay, good. Sorry.
I mean, they assist in blocking the infection from humanoids.
Okay, is there anything else that we haven't shared that we need to share?
You all keep looking at me oddly, and I need to know why.
Do you?
You've got such a symmetrical face, you can pull anything off.
Yeah, your cheekbones.
I know that
really
is correct, but that has always been true.
Well, okay, I'll come clean with you because I don't want to make anything extra awkward. The transporter took some liberties with your follicles in transport. And I did try and fix it, but because of the Vulcan transporters, your cranial follicles have changed in position.
Oh yeah, Io starts feeling her head. Yeah, absolutely. You can feel your coif is gone, and it is that Vulcan like Spock cut.
If I may, computer on screen.
Do you know what? I have this image. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the perfect sort of like out for this would be to be the outside of the ship, and you just hear Io's scream echoing through space as it kind of like backs out from the ship as you guys take off to warp.
I apologize.
Is that okay, Io? Yeah, all right.
Perfect.
So that's where we're going to end tonight. Lots of that was a lot. Okay. Thank you all for joining. Thank the five of you for playing yet again. I'm loving this crew. We'll be back in a month for the season finale of Star Trek Lost Voyages. So it'll be either June 5th or June 12th. I'm still working on the dates because we went a little bit late this year because of the issues with technology a couple weeks ago. So stay tuned. If you follow me on Instagram, then you can find all the dates there. My website will have stuff up as well, along with old shows. They're all on YouTube. You can go take a look. The five of you, you're amazing. Do any of you want to plug anything? Feel free. Now's your chance. Please do so.
Oh. I got so excited. If you like listening to my shenanigans and other shenanigans that I am involved in, Adventure EXC's season 3 called Crow Lost. We're on our 5th episode, just got released. We're doing weekly releases, and there'll be sort of 2 campaigns running for this season. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how that goes. But check it out wherever you find podcasts. That's adventure.exe. And you can also join our Discord if you like talking about nerd stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, just wanted to plug that I did share with the crew some good memes to look at when we're done the live stream.
I I've started blogging, so you can find me on
Ooh.
YouTube. It's Oops All Ellen. I do stuff with sewing and dancing and my other life things. So if you want to come,
Just put it all out there, right?
just all of it, just all the weird stuff I get up to. It's all there now for the world to see.
Hooray!
Watch me get really angry at a shirt. That's this week's vlog.
Okay. Anyone else?
Ellen and I are in the Critical Hit Show. So
Yes.
back at the Rio Theater. Not in
May. June
We're-
22nd, I think, is the next one, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Give you all of the information.
Thank you. Oh, I even get an applause. Yes.
Yeah. So it'll be on the Critical Hit Show Instagram. We'll also be, redoing it on social media. So yeah, come check us out.
Yeah, it's a great show. Anyone else?
No,
Nothing?
but if you want to hear more about the adventures of the USS Janjet, tweet at the GM Tim and let him know.
Yeah.
I dropped the link in the chat for the Adventure EXE and the new season episodes of
Nice.
episode 1, season 3. So.
And Ellen's vlog channel is in there too. Okay, good.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Okay. That sounds fantastic, peeps. Thank you so much for playing. We'll see you very soon. For anyone watching, come in 2 weeks. Watch the next crew, the other crew, the USS Haida, as they're coming at the story from another point of view, and all the stories are starting to converge, and everyone's starting to get information and it's starting to cross, and then we'll have a big season finale with probably both crews. I know I'm a handsy talker today. I'm sorry. I'm a very animated hands person. That's it for me. I'm the GM Tim. You can find me on all social medias at the GM Tim. I have a book club if you want to come and read with me. And I watch a lot of Star Trek and talk about that a lot. So, just come be a nerd with me. Anyways, live long and prosper, everyone. And we'll see you in a little while. And you'll probably hear us talking after the show because I don't know how to turn it off right now. So, enjoy that as well. Bye. Oops. just keep waving, people.
Just smile and wave.
Just smile and wave. I'm having so many difficulties today.
It's fine.
It's so good. It's fine. Just keep doing it just a little longer. Oh my god.
Keep going. Don't
Just wave it. Just wave it out.
Oh, no.
Wave it out. Oh my god. Wave it out. Okay, and we're gone. Okay, love you, bye. I'm gonna close the Zoom chat just to see if that helps. Oh, there it is. Pretty sure this will work.
Yeah, specifically about people who don't want to watch it.
Right.
It's not time.
And Bandcamp. Okay. I think we're good. I don't know.
I think they can still hear us.
I think they can too.
I hear you.
I don't understand why. It's so bizarre.
Yeah, sure, I can still hear us. Hi. Hi. Hello.
I mean, they can still hear us, so that's okay. Whatever.
Welcome to the promotion of another Patreon.
God damn it, it's gonna start being one.